And we're guessing that this is the shul that we're going towards, an Orthodox shul this time.
This is the main front and the way into the Orthodox Kazinczy shul. It was built in 1913.
The shul, also magnificent, 2 ladies' galleries. Most wonderful ceiling as well.
Yeah, lovely. It reminds me a bit of the shul that's just closing.
The Ner Tamid in front of the ark.
After the war, the building was left without a roof for a long time. This has been restored in the original style, apparently according to the original colourings. And the ladies' gallery has been restored, but they've still got to do a lot of work on the downstairs section. Parts of the bimah were apparently only looked at or only restored last year. Presumably the seat for the rabbi, and was this for the Gaboim?
This was the state of the shul after the war. In fact, the Nazis used the building as a stable.
Thank goodness it's slowly returning. At the back was a school building. Now they've just got a kindergarten and elementary school. The complex now houses a glatt kosher restaurant. This is the Hannah restaurant next door to the Orthodox shul in Kazinczy Street. Very nice meal. And this is the Orthodox shul's little base of midrash, which I presume they use most of the time. And a very unusual chuppah.
It's made out of iron.
Here we can see odd corners of some of the older buildings. This is the other end of the shul complex.
Once again, the shul has been named after the street on which it's found, Kazinczy Street. And another look along the street back to the shul.
And again we're walking now through the ghetto area. Some of the buildings around here seem to come from many different periods.
Yet another street of the wartime ghetto area.
Looking at these fragments of tenement buildings reminds me of some tenement buildings in Jerusalem, which I've just realised are called Batei Ungarim, the Hungarian houses.
Typical of the Jewish area is the Gozdu courtyard, a series of 7 apartment blocks with interlinking courtyards. The Rumbach Street Synagogue was, I understand, for a long time in the hands of the state, who did not want visitors. In fact, if anybody came, somebody living in the flats opposite would report back to the authorities. Now that it's been handed to the Jewish community, they can come and go when they please. The Rumbach Sebastian Shul was built by the status quo anti-faction of Hungarian Jewry in 1872.
Still undergoing a lot of restoration, only recently reopened. Seeing the remains, you can imagine how magnificent it was. Look at the wall coverings.
Although it was damaged during the Second World War, services didn't finish here till 1959. I'm afraid I don't know much about the history of this, but it's described as a Moorish-style building.
No ark here at the moment. Whether it was totally destroyed or is undergoing restoration, we don't know. Beautiful windows once again.
The status quo anti-faction is somewhere between orthodoxy and neolog or reform.
And lovely ceilings with a rich vault above us.
It's said that the style of architecture may owe something to the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem.
Let's come back down again, down the eastern wall. And if we look back at the entrance, and presumably all this was the ladies' gallery. This looks as though it might be part of the pulpit, perhaps the Gabai's pews, and the Aron presumably, and the Bimah. Seems to be, I don't know, a door or a cupboard area here. And I've discovered by touching that these are paintings, these are not tapestries, so I presume it's wood panelling, carved wood.
And I think I'm standing now where the ark would have been.
Imagine all these pillars shining with gold. This is the underneath of the ladies' gallery, and you can see how many places to be restored, and pillars in fronting us supporting it at the moment, which shouldn't really be there. Let's just come round to this side, and then we'll come round once again.
Under the ladies' gallery, which went almost the whole way round.
We learnt in our visit 3 years ago that deportations started from here in 1941, but Admiral Horthy, the president of Hungary, objected and stopped the deportations, and they only resumed in 1944 when he was overthrown by the Arrow Cross, the Hungarian fascists. And just look at the richness of the decoration. I can't understand the Hungarian, of course. And in the middle it says deportalt Sidot. And apparently that's the word, the Hungarian word for Jews. And we'll have another look at the building from this side. And if we come onto this side, it's now got the sun full on it. Only unfortunately the pavement is narrower here, so we can't see the lovely doorways on the side of the building.